Hey guys, it's Seth with In Demand Career. I show people how to get jobs in digital marketing with no previous experience or education around the globe. And that includes my very special guest today, Killian, who is coming to us live from Ireland, where he's going to talk to us about his new career path and his new job. Killian, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me, Seth. It's good to be here.
Awesome. So, unlike most of my interviewees who are based in the States, I recently interviewed someone in Austria, but you are in Ireland, in Dublin. And let's talk a little bit about your current position. What is your current position now? What's your current job?
So currently I'm working for an advertising company called Omnicom Media Group, and I'm a search account coordinator. So I'd be a supportive role within their search team, and mainly working with like PPC and Google Ads, and sometimes Bing Ads.
Sometimes Bing ads. Cool.
Yeah.
And what were you doing before you had this job? Did you have any experience?
No. I was in college. I finished up college, done a general degree in business, and I suppose I was jobless for a bit. I was kind of trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I was looking into other avenues like business consulting. Didn't have much luck. I came across actually when I was on YouTube, I came across Matt Tran's um, channel, and I was originally looking at like I used to want to become like an environmental engineer, and so I was watching his video. He was interviewing an environmental engineer, so I was kind of watched that, and then I came across your videos interviewing people like people getting 40K, no experience, um, and I was like I done some digital marketing in college, and yeah, but like clearly hadn't done that much like after taking your course, didn't learn nowhere near as much stuff that you kind of go through in your course. Um, yeah, so that's where I was before your course, and then like yeah, um, yeah,
And so you're in college and just try to speak up just a little bit. Um,
okay,
and so you're in college, you didn't know, you're like a lot of student people, you were getting a general business degree, you didn't really know what you wanted to do, you really weren't learning anything practical. You came out not really clear what to do, and then you took the course. And tell us a little bit about what happened after you took the course, how you were able to get into this position.
I was able to find a client through a family friend who sold she sold cards like Oscuelga, so in Irish, that was like her selling point. Um,
Okay,
I
so just to
like
clarify this, because you told me this, you're talking about she was selling like greeting cards in the native Irish language.
yeah,
Okay.
kind of Celtic kind of cards. Um, and so yeah, I picked that up. I worked on that maybe for like a month and a half, or no, longer, like 2 months, and then started applying for jobs once I felt like I kind of had it under my belt or experience. Um, and then applied for jobs, got an interview, had a second interview with this company, Omnicom, and then I got offered the job for April. So I had the interviews in March, got offered the job to start in April.
So you had a family friend, you ran some ads for them, not a very big business. Sounds like a very local, small, maybe handcrafted kind of business, but that gave you the confidence to, go after a job like this. How did it go in the interview? You came in, you're just out of college, you haven't worked on any major accounts, you probably haven't managed very much in terms of ad spend. How did the interview go, and how were they able to have confidence to hire you?
I think it went very well. Like it was the best interview of my life. It was like a conversation set. Like it really was. I came in and I found out one of their clients and I did up like a campaign for them and like just printed out on Excel, and then like I handed that to them in the interview, and they weren't expecting that at all. They were surprised even though that like I knew keywords and a different match choice were in the first place. they didn't expect any of that. And then I kind of just told them what I was doing. I was kind of learning. It was really a conversation. Like it was nice to be able for me because it's the first time I was kind of talking to people about search. Because like from my perspective, like you're kind of seeing this American guy doing his course, and that's all well and good, but how much of that is kind of applicable to where I'm living? And like I'm sure like people like maybe in the UK won't feel the same, or the other parts of Europe, because it sounds great. But then like when I started talking to people, it was a nice mass brief. I said at the end, I was like, yeah, it was nice to even talk about this stuff to someone like
just to clarify, so I make sure I understand. So you're saying like you were excited about learning about digital marketing and search, yeah, but the people around you didn't understand what you're talking about.
Like whenever I try to explain it to even people, lads I went to college with, who most of them gone done accounting, they didn't know, nobody knew. So it was nice to even talk about that stuff. Like we spoke about, they kind of told me about how they structure their ads, like just the different kind of strategies they use, what I was learning, how I learned this. It wasn't like there wasn't too many like hardcore HR questions about like tell me the time you did like you shown leadership
right.
or this stuff.
This is exactly what I've explained to you and what happened to me 10 years ago. 10 years ago when I had my first job interview. So you walk in, the guys running this agency they're just not finding candidates that know anything. So they meet someone like, back then for me or now with Killian, he knows the language, he can nerd out. It's not, you wanted to nerd out about it.
Yeah, that's it.
Exactly. And you were trying, and the beautiful thing, man, this is what gives me so much excitement is that it's the same thing was true with me, with my family and friends. I'm learning about all this stuff. They don't have any idea what I'm talking about. And it's amazing 10 years later, it's the same situation.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about the interview, I know people are always interested in that. I'm curious, they were surprised that you knew search. What were they looking for? What were they expecting?
Yeah, so probably we're giving a bit of context. The job is like a search account coordinator, which basically means you're like support role for all the other PPC execs there. So like they kind of need you to kind of help because they're dealing with so many clients all the time, so many accounts, so many campaigns. Their time gets caught up with like answering emails a lot of the time with clients and just dealing with them and like doing reports. So they kind of needed someone to kind of be on the kind of front line or to really get down like deep dive into the account side and like optimize them, not kind of worry too much about the client side. So that's my role. I would now after like a couple of months I do have my own accounts, but like they're not like as big as maybe the other people what other people are handling. So that's kind of the role they were looking for. But like with that they're like definitely willing to like train you all the time. They're like constantly kind of like asking what
That's
like
great.
what can we do. Yeah, no, it is nice. And it's great. Like and can tell they're good, like they're smart.
Yeah, that's great, man. And so you were telling me, so this is, and again, guys, these jobs are still out there. At least that they're training him. They're impressed with what he knows just from the course, having done his own, generated his own experience. This is kind of ironic because it sounds like you're actually doing a lot of that heavy lifting. You're doing a lot of the technical stuff, versus client-facing stuff. So you're getting a lot of really good experience. And you said, again, we're not going to mention any names, but you're working on what kind of accounts are you working on? What kind of companies?
Yeah, so like one very big like automotive company, banking, insurance, energy provider, they're the main ones. They're like the main kind of big industries we'd be working on.
Yeah, and just to clarify for people, so we're not mentioning any names, but they're, these multinational global corporations have offices all over the planet. So it sounds like they're probably a big, big car company, a big banking company, a big insurance company. It's just you're doing the ads in Ireland, and that is an opportunity that exists. When people always ask me, are all the jobs in the U.S.? No, but and if whether you're bilingual, I've had students who speak Spanish or French or German, some other language, and English. There are opportunities in these various countries to represent global brands locally. And again, the talent pool is very, very, very small. So what's it like? What's the job like? Do you enjoy it? How has it been for you ever since you got this job?
It's been great. Yeah, like like I enjoy a lot of it. Like you said in your course, it kind of covers has a bit of everything, like has a bit of strategy, bit of kind of analytical side to it, and creativity. So like it has a bit of everything, which is great. I like it. But yeah, it's great. I love working there.
And are you working in an office or are you remote?
No, I haven't been to the offices yet. I was there for my interviews, but so I've been working from home ever since. And so like it can be kind of tough in that sense. You're kind of working with a bunch of strangers, but it's nice, you don't have to worry about morning commute. I suppose where you live doesn't matter. There's
Right.
people I'm working with who've kind of came from other parts of Ireland, and they've gone kind of back home because they don't need to be in the city, like Dublin City anymore. They can just work from home, which is, that's one of the reasons that kind of, went for the course, went for this, because you have that option. Other careers in mind, you're kind of bound by where you live. So with digital marketing, it's great that you have the option to work remotely.
Absolutely.
Especially now.
Yeah, absolutely. So what has it been like for you in terms of your personal life, your family, like, that you got this job? Are your parents happy? Like, how has it been for you in terms of your quality of life?
Yeah, like quality of life's a lot better. Like before this, like I'd say nearly everyone in the house was unemployed. So once I got a job, it's great. Like I'm still living at home with my parents. So it's good to like be able to chip in now, and like it's one less person for them to worry about. Yeah, like I'm not going off spending loads of weeks. Or is there really much to?
Wait, can you repeat that? I'm sorry, man. You just
yeah, no, Irish people like yeah, you talk a million noise an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try slow down here. No, it's like it's nice. I'm not really worried about money. You kind of focus on other things. It's nearly like that Maslow hierarchy of needs. Like before, like when I was doing your course, I would definitely say I was like kind of at that bottom level for people who are familiar with it. Your kind of basic needs like money, and then after that, I would say now I'm kind of able to like focus more on other aspects of life, like social life. Whereas
Yeah.
other like money can kind of, it's not everything, but it definitely helps having a bit.
Yeah. Just to summarize, it's, what is it? Maslow? Is that the name?
Oh yeah, Maslow's
The
hierarchy
hierarchy
of
of
need.
needs
Yeah.
is, it's like, these are the things human beings need. And at the very bottom is obviously like food and money. And most people get stuck there. It's similar to my skip college for success pyramid. I don't know if you saw that. I put that like, which it is. It's just like, yeah, you need, if you're worrying about money all the time, it's very hard to be productive or to focus on other things in your life. So
Yeah.
this is fantastic. When you live at home, you get to save money. I said, you're basically getting paid to learn. That was actually something else I was going to ask you. So you're working remotely. All your coworkers are scattered around Ireland, but are you getting guidance? Are you getting insight on how to do this job while you're doing it?
Yeah. Like, so for the first couple of months, I would have been shown how to use editor, like in depth. I would have got a good bit of training. Um, it's a bit weird having to like say if you're kind of stuck doing something to ask people online, whereas like say imagine in the office you could literally just ask the person next to you, sit next to you. But they did ask me this in an interview. They did say like how do you feel you'd be able to cope doing this remotely, like having to learn all this. And I was like, well, this is how I learned in the first place. I've been sort of it's literally kind of how you do in the course, where you're kind of screen sharing and showing us what accounts look like, how to do it, and like this is how I learned. And it was literally kind of the same thing again when people went to show me stuff. So there's definitely guidance, like they check in with me like we do meetings twice a week, and then like one-to-one meetings twice a month.
Great.
Yeah, so they're always like, and like they'd be asking about workload. They'd be like, "Do you think you can handle more? Do you think you want more accounts? Is there too much?" Yeah, so it's great like work environment.
That's great, man. You're at the very beginning. And so you're making, and how much are you making?
Yeah, in between 25 to 30,000.
And that's euros. So that's, I
Yeah,
haven't done the math, but it's more in dollars than that. But that is, it's, first job, as I tell people, that is a fantastic entry level job. You're basically being paid to learn. You, you're young, you're living at home, you're probably saving money. So it's perfect. And you're building that experience, because you don't have to manage millions of dollars. You got your hands on a few $5,000 accounts. You're working with major brands, and 6 months from now or a year, whenever you decide, you'll be able to get to the next position.
oh yeah, definitely. Like you said, like you're getting paid to learn, and like that's the way I think you got to see it for the first year, unless you somehow hit an incredible job. Um, yeah,
By the way,
you just
guys, I wanted to point. I just hold your thought, but I wanted to remind this. So I've noticed one thing I've noticed is that the European jobs pay a little bit less than the U.S. jobs, the entry level ones, from the students I've spoken to. But here's something: in Europe, they get vacation. How many days of vacation do you get per year, Killian?
I get 20 days and one birthday day.
20 days of
20
paid.
days, yeah, annual leave, paid annual leave.
Okay. 20 days, guys. This is one of the things I probably do a whole other video about this that I haven't mentioned that much. The war, like the culture in America, which is kind of crazy. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
even when I got my first six-figure job, I didn't get any days off. I had to accumulate them over the course of a year. And at the end of the year, I'd only have like 6 days off. You're getting 20 days off. And so if your salary is a little bit lower, but you get 20 days to like relax and take care of your mental health like a normal human being, I think that's
yeah.
pretty amazing. I think it's something that's really lacking in American culture. But so that's what, like, we're doing this interview. It's like middle of the day for you. What are you're in the middle of a vacation week? What's going on?
Yeah, so I took this week off. I kind of accumulated. They kind of wanted you to take a certain amount of days off before December, um, and you can only carry over so many into the next year. Like 5 is the max. So I was like, before it gets mad hectic for Christmas, I decided I'll take this week off and just chill
Yeah,
out. Yeah, good talk to you.
that's fantastic. And so you're getting paid to chill out here for this week.
Yeah, um, yeah.
It's a foreign concept in the U.S.
Yeah, I know it's. I'd say there's other parts of mainland Europe where it's even better.
What's in mainland Europe? What do you mean? You mean like
Because like Ireland's an island off the coast, so like Germany and France and maybe like Scandinavian countries like Denmark,
they get more time off?
they might like that. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Like
Actually,
that. Yeah,
I remember meeting German and Polish um, travelers when I was in here a few years ago, and yeah, they would get like a month, full 4 weeks, which I always felt like, yeah, I was like, that really, like, that's what makes a job tolerable to me, I think, that you can actually have some time to yourself. So I think it's really great. So cool. Well, I'm glad you get some time to enjoy yourself, spend some time with your family. I'm trying to think of anything else. Well, yeah, do you have anything else you want to add for anybody watching the interview?
Yeah, like I think if you're in the like UK or Ireland or maybe other parts of Europe, I think maybe the pay difference was that you were kind of alluding to there was it could be like the cost of living in America is a bit different. Like you might have to pay for things that, like say health insurance might be like an education might be just way more expensive than it is over here. So maybe that's why the pay is a bit more. Yeah, that'd be like what I'd guess just on that. Because we mightn't have to pay for those amounts, the exact amounts for health insurance
Yeah,
here.
it's true. I mean, the US, you're paying for your own health insurance for the most part. And the health insurance isn't even that good, and you're not getting any vacation time. So yeah, it's true. I mean, if a company has to absorb the cost of vacation time, it's definitely going to affect the salary.
Yeah, yeah. And then like anything else, I'd just say it's like if you're thinking of doing this course right now, digital marketing is one of the skills people are looking for. The fact that like people can't go in store to buy their goods anymore, and they're going to have to adopt. They're kind of being forced to adopt online websites, and they're going to need the help to get like stand out. That they need people doing it for them. So it's 100% the skill looking for. Like our agency is still hiring people. Like so like that stands assessment. Like there's other people losing jobs. This place is still hiring.
That's great.
Yeah,
yeah, and they're hiring all over. Yeah. Awesome, man. Do you have any words of, do you have any words of encouragement or any advice for people who are thinking about taking the course or people who are in the course?
If you're taking the course, I'd say take it if you got any interest. Like if it piques your interest in digital marketing, I'd say take it. Immediately, like I did business in college. Immediately, I was like, this is well worth the value. And then like you earn back that money fairly quick once you do on the job, and with this course you've got a good chance of doing that. And yeah, I think like if you're doing the course, just enjoy it. It's entertaining, I thought. And I just nerd out, like don't be ashamed. Just get knee deep, learn like learning's just half of it. Like it's half the fun.
Learn what was the last thing?
Just learning, learn what you learn in the course, and then learning afterwards. Just keep that up.
Yeah, keep learning.
It doesn't stop with the course.
Right.
Yeah, you don't realize how much you don't know you get in the job, but like that's part of it. Like you just gotta keep learning. That'd be my advice.
That's awesome, man. And it's great. You jumped in, to the job with, knowing you didn't know everything, and you learn as you go. And that's how you got to do it. Remember, guys, I say perfectionism equals poverty. Just take action. And I'm glad you were entertained by the course. That's one of the things I'm very proud of with the course, is that I make this topic, I think, fun. It can be fun to learn about it, and the opportunities are there. So I'm really happy we were able to talk. I definitely, I've wanted to interview people from other parts of the world, and it sounds like, your agency in Ireland is hiring. Like I said, I've got students in the UK, people in Austria, Germany, there's all over the world where if people are buying stuff on the internet, people need digital marketers. So awesome, Killian. Thanks for being here. I'm really happy for you. This is just the beginning for you. We'll stay in touch. I'm really excited to see like where you're going to be a year from now. And Yeah, man, I wish you the very best.
Yeah, thanks, Seth. It's been great. Thanks for having me.